Okay, so I had somebody ask me about what if I don't resonate with the term starseed, and I just want to talk about that really quick. So, let me sit down for this. Basically, it's totally chill if you guys don't resonate with the term starseed. If you're just on a spiritually awakened path, or you just feel like you have a lot of awareness, but you're like a pretty normal person, you know, that kind of stuff. What I say in my messages is I say starseed, chosen one, 144,000. Those are the three main kind of terms I use. And the reason I use that is because there's a lot of people here who resonate with that term. And it is kind of all referring to the same thing. That's why I say, you know, if you're just spiritually awakened, any of that stuff, we're all referring to the same thing, which is a group of people who clearly have the ability to accept this kind of information, which is like new age spiritual information, Christ consciousness, new earth, 3D, 5D, quantum physics, you know, any of that kind of stuff, any teachings from, you know, Gnosticism or stuff like that, you know, or channeling aliens or conspiracy theories even is also a part of it. So basically what I've been told is that even if you don't refer to yourself as a starseed, you technically are a starseed. Now, I have been told there is a difference between an earth seed and a star seed. So the only difference between an earth seed and a star seed is where your conscious awareness started. So what we call asleep people are earth seeds. Their consciousness started on Earth's dimensional realm of physical reality. So that, I also call them younger souls. That's why they aren't really keen to kind of be open to this information. That's why they take the Matrix very seriously, that kind of stuff. Because our soul and our consciousness is not tied to our bodies. It is, it's outside of us. And for starseeds, our conscious awareness started on a different planet system. That is why we are open to this information, because we are actually drawing from our parallel lives, from our parallel dimensional lives that we exist in right now. Because when we are outside of here, linear time is something that you only experience on a planet. When we're outside of here, time is simultaneous. It's all occurring. That movie, everywhere, everything happening all at once, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know what it's called. But that was a seeded transmission, guys. That's why it won the Oscar, because it was seeding into our subconscious brains the idea of simultaneous time, because we were going to need to know it in the future. Because starseeds, our dimensional awareness and our conscious awareness and our souls is in other planetary systems right now. And that's where we're drawing from this information. That's why some people get light language. That's why some people channel actual aliens like Bashar and people like that. Emily H. Eaton, she channels a pantheon. So she channels a whole array of different beings and entities. There's another creator here, Marston Fries. She channels multi-dimensional information. I don't know if she necessarily channels entities, but I know she's had open contact experiences and so multi-dimensional, multi-planetary experiences while here on this planet. And so the thing about starseeds, though, okay, is that we actually have hybridized our souls. This is what Dolores Cannon called imprinting, with earth seeds. So this is where it gets a little complicated, and you got to hang in with me on this part of the conversation. So what I've been told about ascension is that each ascension period happens every 26,000 years, and we seed the earth with all these souls. And in order to evolve souls into another dimension, you have to have souls that come from other dimensions. Confirmation squawks. Those things sound like velociraptors. Oh my god, I think they're like herons or cranes or something down here in Florida. I mean, I lived in Illinois, so we didn't have anything that sounded like... I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park living down here in Florida. Anyway, I digress. We hybridize our souls with the oldest Earth souls, because in order to... again, evolve a species that you've planted on a planet into another dimension, you have to have beings from another dimension with information from other dimensions be able to teach these souls and expose their consciousness to the information that they require to ascend to another dimension. Confirmation beat. 555 as I pause that. So that's what I've been told imprinting is, what Dolores Cannon refers to as imprinting, because, and what the volunteers did with our souls, we hybridized our souls. But also, there are negative people that imprinted their souls to serve as the polarity, because that is the purpose of ascension. Ascension is experiencing death and rebirth while you are physically incarnated in your conscious awareness. And in order to do that, you have to have the most polarizing situation that humans can endure mentally, because we're not physically really in war or anything anymore. We do all these physical things working up to this point where it gets to the mental part, because that's how you shift dimensions, is you shift it through your conscious awareness. So that's why all these like wars and stuff are physical, you know, because all these souls had to learn all these lessons leading up to... We're now on the descension part of, so Earth goes through two cycles, ascension and descension, because Earth is a school of polarity. It's a school of opposites. That's what it's a school of. So what God does is he designs the planet, at least this one. This is what I don't know what this is about all planets. I know enough about this planet now. So that's why it's getting so dark and it's been so hard and it's been so stressful, because we are at the lowest point in what I also call hell. You can call descension hell, and you can call ascension heaven. You can call descension 3D, because that's what we're experiencing now, and you can call ascension 5D. So there is a lot of interchangeable terms, which does make it kind of confusing. But it's just a way to describe the same thing. Shadow also, you can say descension, light is ascension, that type of thing. So we come to experience that as humans. It's actually like this like really special thing that you don't get to experience that often. And we're over here like, this feels fucking miserable, so fuck you for saying this is like a special time. But it really actually is. And like, that's also why we're seeing a bunch of people have Christ consciousness right now, because this is what the Bible manipulated, was ascension itself. It said that it was just one person, but it was actually, and it was just 3 days, and it was just this like really quick situation. It's actually the whole planet. Ascension is actually a planetary process. It's what I call a soul contract node. We all sign these soul contracts, come down here. We all have all these moments in our lives, marriage, kids, school, all these things that we can't avoid. Earth has that too, and that's ascension and descension. Those are the two nodes of Earth's soul contract. And also Earth contracts to have people on it, and Earth contracts all these things, the weather and the way that it's. So it's really quite beautiful and complicated and all this stuff. So kind of back to my first point is like, even if you don't kind of say that or think you're a starseed, you most likely are. Woke people are probably starseeds, because you have to, in order to be able to understand this information, you have to be in a different dimension already with it. And so that's why we're going to be helping. That's why open contact's going to occur, because we have to help all these Earth seeds seed this stuff into their awareness, so we can now ascend dimensions, because now we're going into the fourth dimension physically, but the fifth dimension consciously. And in the fourth dimension is where all the fun stuff is. So that's what I've been told. It's a lot. If you have any questions, let me know, because it's kind of complicated, but all my puzzle pieces are coming together and it's starting to make sense.